Hello and welcome. The title of the message today is, What Do I Expect? But let's begin by affirming together our opening statement. There is only one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God. And now I invite you to take a deep breath with me, gently but fully filling the lungs, and then releasing that breath, relaxing into this now moment, bringing your awareness to this present time, and allowing all else to just be released, ready to be picked up later. Only aware of this moment, right now. And we are grateful for this opportunity to share this message of truth. We are grateful for the technology that allows this message to come to you wherever you are right now. We are grateful for life itself. And we say thank you. And so it is. Amen. So what do I expect? It's a question to ask of yourself, to remember in any given moment, what do I expect? It's a question that's related to, where is my attention right now? What do I expect? Where is my attention? What am I drawing into my experience of life? What do I expect? What is on my consciousness right now? What am I giving attention to? What do I love? What do I love? What am I drawing into my experience of life? What we expect is what we are hoping for. Hope and faith. Hope and faith. Paul was trying to explain to the Colossians what the good news was. What was the good news that was the message of truth that Jesus was bringing to the world? And I'd like to share a piece of a Bible verse with you from Colossians, and I'll read it from the George Lambsa translation. And it's in Colossians chapter 1 and verse 27. I've read somewhere that this is Charles Fillmore's favorite Bible verse. And I think when we look at this verse together, we'll have an understanding of why. So remember, this is how Paul boils down the good news that Jesus was teaching in his ministry. Christ in you, the hope of our glory. Christ in you. Christ in me. The hope of our glory. Our collective glory. And what is our glory? Our glory is to be the fully realized Christ expressing in this world. Christ in you. the hope of our glory. So what can you expect? What do you expect? Glory? You see, there is only one presence and one power in my life in the universe. We affirm this in our opening statement. This one presence is the good. All goodness, all good. And human beings, we are all an image, an expression of this good in the world. So our hope of glory is to be this expression of the good. And it is through the Christ image, the perfect image of God dwelling inside of us, that is our hope for this good. Hope, what we bring our attention to, what we are attracting into our life. We hope we see the good. We put our attention and focus our attention in each moment to the best of our ability on this good without limiting it, because we don't know the nature that that goodness will take in our life. And if we tried to define it, we might be cutting ourselves out of something that could potentially be so much better. So in relation to hope and in relation to faith, I'd like to read another verse. This one comes from Paul's letter to the Hebrews. And it's in chapter 11. You may have heard this verse before. It's quite a known verse for describing faith. It's chapter 11 and verse 1. And I'll read it again. This is from the Lamsa translation. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, as it was the substance of things which have come to pass. And it is the evidence of things not seen. Hope. It's the substance. No, I'm sorry. Faith here is the substance of the things that are hoped for, coming from the one, this field of potential that is the mind of God. Faith is the substance. It's the stuff that all that has been made from. It was the substance of the things which have come to pass. It was that substance. And it's the evidence of things that have not come into manifestation yet. This is faith. This is that spirit substance. When we are expecting something, when we are hoping for something, it is this faith combined with love that draws it out from the unmanifest and into this world where we can be aware of it with our senses, where we can see it, where we can touch it. It is faith and love that bring this experience from the unseen into the seen. So, what are you expecting right now? What do you expect? What are you bringing forth into your experience? It's not mine to sit here and tell you what to expect. But I do know that you are good right now, just the way you are. And I also know that if we focus on this goodness, that we bring this goodness into our experience of life, and with this goodness present, then everything else takes care of itself. Our brain operates more efficiently. We are able to do what is ours to do in a better way. This goodness allows us to let go of what we cannot fix. And this same goodness allows us to know what it is that is ours to do. When we're discussing the energy of money in a Wednesday discussion group, we came upon this idea of scarcity. And if my expectation is one of scarcity, one of lack, then that's what I get. And it was brought up that there is scarcity in this world, that there is only so much gold that's out there, that there is only so much silver, there's only so much time. Well, what about this infinite resource that comes directly from Source? Isn't this a contradiction? And the answer is it is not. This substance, this spirit substance, that faith is evidence of things not seen. This substance, this metaphysical substance that's behind all things that are seen. This substance is limitless in supply. But what is in this world, in this relative realm, it is limited. It too will pass. It is short-lived in comparison to our spirit existence, which is eternity. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. Faith and love together draw out of the unseen realm and bring it into the seen realm. So what is it that you expect? What is it that you hope for? These are one and the same. This is what faith and love are attracting into your life experience. So I ask you, I invite you to be aware. What are you expecting? What do I expect? That's the question. So take a spirit break whenever you have time and just ask yourself, what do I expect? And then, is that really what you want to bring into your life experience? What do I expect? What do I hope for? I would like to close with the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever I am, God is. I invite you to ask yourself, what do I expect? Thank you.